Hello there, welcome to the 4th monthly devlog about Simplicity. This month I wanted to start making opponents in multiplayer, because many playtesters complained they wouldn't have any gold and therefore everything you built felt meaningless. With other players in the world you would have to compete against them and every decision you make would matter, because if you have no strategy your city will soon be conquered by other players and you lose. That's the idea. First of all I made the game turn-based. With this button on the bottom right, you end your turn and then it's the next player's turn. And on the top right, you can see whose turn it is right now. Each player is represented by a color. I can easily swap the colors here because the sprite itself is completely white, and then I can change the color in the sprite renderer component. For the interactions between players I came up with a weird idea that I've never seen anywhere else before. And to be honest, I don't know if it's a good idea, but I will stick with it for some time now. As you may or may not know, each building is made up of many development stages that determine what the building produces. You can activate the development stages one after the other by owning buildings that produce the resources that the development stage uses. So far a building that was placed by you could only be used by you, and not by other players. This has changed now. Now the building can only be used by the player who activates the most development stages on that building. That means each building will only work for the player who supplies it best. Here you can see an example where the blue player conquers the stonemason by producing bread for the stonemason. The stonemason likes the bread and therefore switches side from red to blue, because red has got no bread, but blue does. For the conquering animation I used a system that I made for the improvement indicators. I explained that shortly in the last devlog about player feedback. Forests, rivers, rocks and grass don't belong to any player exclusively. Instead they are in public domain so everyone can use them. They are represented by this grey owner icon. But each player can still conquer them. Here I have the forest as an example. As you can see, the second development stage of the forest doesn't produce anything, but by activating it you can ensure your opponents can't use it. It needs the ranger. That's a new building I added. When you build a ranger you automatically conquer the forests and the lumberjack that depends on those forests. Even if I very much like this conquering system, I still don't know if this idea will turn out well, so I will do lots of playtesting soon. If you're interested in participating, please contact me. Other than that, I finally replaced Unity's default sprite for UI panels and I made the entire UI smaller so it covers less screen. At the end I want to thank you all for your feedback and ideas. A great portion of the updates I made this month were inspired by you. If you want to participate in the making of Simplicity and if you want to influence the further development, you should join our Simplicity Discord server. And if you don't, I will see you next month. Bye.